afternoon, guys, and wherever you are in the world, I know that it's a tough time right now. I hope you're having an okay time at least. This is our first stay-at-home episode of Illustrated Go Live, and we thought that we'll just continue giving you good vibes across the miles. So this time we're going to be celebrating Filipino beauty because it's the Faces 2020 reveal. So welcome to Illustrated Go Live. I'm Lalaine Chubinikas, Editor-in-Chief of Illustrated Magazine, and I'm broadcasting all the way from Russell, Kaima, which is quite unusual. But anyway, we're here, and like I said earlier, we'll give you a reason to smile. So we hope you're doing safe, we hope you're healthy, and let me introduce you to my partner in crime, Albie Villarosa. Come on in.
Hi guys. Am I there?
You're here.
Am I being broadcasted now? Okay, great. Super thank you to technology that we are going live even if we're not together right now.
It's nice to see you. So this is Russell Kaima and you're all the way in Dubai, somewhere in JBR, right?
Yes.
Looking very nice there despite of the stay-at-home situation.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of us, especially those who are very active and who like going to social events, are having a hard time. But like, of course, we need to flatten the curve and help everyone out and survive this crisis, right?
I know. I mean, there's a lot of negative stuff going on right now online, and you see a lot of news that gets you really down. But I think, at least for us, our role is really bringing in something to smile about and something good, something positive that's celebratory despite of everything that's going on. So that's why here we are today, right?
Exactly. That's why we are talking about the Illustrated Faces. And we will be celebrating Filipino beauty today. Very, very excited about that. And I have a question. And I think our audience can also participate here. I wanted to ask you, what do you think defines the Filipino beauty? Like, if we say a beautiful Filipino or a Filipina, what's the image that's going on in your mind? So let us know in the comment section below what you think. Participate and let us know.
And in this particular, issue of Faces 2020, I'm so happy because we have such a diverse spread of people. We even have two entries who are indigenous people from the Philippines. So, this is something that's really interesting for us to see. And of course, we have Filipinos who are also what we call halfies, or half Filipino, half another
something else,
another lineage. So it's very interesting to see. And I think before we go on, we'll just say thank you to the people who never stop supporting us, to our dear sponsors, of course, to Kaya Skin Clinic, to Dove, Unilever, Radisson Blue Dubai, Dara Creek, Liali Jewelry, to our sports sponsors, Strawberry Nails and Hair, Off the Hook, and Co Chocolat.
Washing your hands is the best way to care. We are united in one single cause. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Dove with Quarter Moisturizing Cream washes away bacteria. Wash to care with Dove.
And yeah, like I said again earlier, wherever you are in the world, please do say hi to us. And I know that we've got friends tuning in. Al, do you want to greet some people?
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, guys. I would like to say hi to Bob Igle. Dea Padeles is also watching. Hello to Chef also. Keith Walter is watching from the Philippines. I think he's
Hi,
back there.
Keith.
Elton Lispanta is watching. And Patrick Jorge also. Ronald Awa, Elton Lipanta, Maria Josephine. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and joining us in this special stay-at-home live stream of Illustrator
The
Magazine.
fabulous Josie Delphine. Hello there. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yes, please do answer Ali's question earlier. What constitutes Filipino beauty? What does Filipino beauty mean to you? Please share your insights with us. And to that, we'd like to welcome you to the Face 2020 live reveal. Well, just a small note here. Actually, we have deferred the printing of the Illustrated Faces 2020 edition at this time because, as you know, everything is locked down, so our production partners are not able to function very well. But we're going to announce that very soon. So we're going to be making available a copy of, Illustrated Faces 2020 with all the beautiful entries, all the beautiful models, and the work from our very talented photographers from across the Gulf. And we've got so many prizes to give away today. Al, would you want to help me read this out? You have the
Okay, so there's a lot, yes, definitely. First up, we are giving away Charms bracelet from Yali Jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
We also have exciting items from Dog. We will be giving away some packages from Kaya's Skincare Clinic. And there will be also a staycation from Radisson Blue Dubai Dairy Creek.
And there's a Strawberry Salon's Choice. So we're going to be awarding today for both models and photographers. First of all, Illustrators Choice. We have People's Choice, both for the model and photographer. We have the Kaya Skin Clinic Choice, again, model and photographer. The Face of Dove, model and photographer. We will be awarding the photographer with the Radisson Dubai Dairy Creek Hotels Choice. And then finally, for the model, we have a Strawberry Salon's Choice. Now, all of these prizes we've been working on since before the lockdown and before this whole thing happened. That's disrupting everything that's going on. But we'll make sure that all the prices are going to be applicable, when everything gets back to, at least some normalcy. Right, Alwi?
When we get through this, of course, the prices will be available. We'll make sure of that, guys. Don't worry.
Definitely. So, those staycations and makeovers are going to happen after all this. So don't worry about that, guys. And to that, we would like to share with you our first batch of Faces entries.
Batch one. Here we go.
So we asked each of our Faces entries to share a little bit about themselves and to share what is important to them or their motto in life, Alvi. So we'll go through that. First of all, we have Bex Simir,
See,
Angela.
this one thing that
My
this is the biggest challenge of this live. You know, pronouncing your names, guys. This is very so hard. Who came up with
Beximir
these names?
Angelo by engineer Marlon Boloron of Saudi Arabia. And Beximir said, "What's important in my life is my family and my faith in the Lord. Nothing's more important than these two, for I know they will always guide me to the right path and will never put me in harm." So that's Beximir Angelo from Saudi Arabia. How do you want to read the next?
Of course. And then we also have Armani Hamsin Nain. This photo is by Alfredo Bascones Jr., also from KSA. And Armani says, life has a lot to offer. All you have to do is to stop doubting yourself and your capabilities. Work hard and make it happen. Above all else, being happy and content with everything I do is what matters.
Our next entry is from the UAE. This time it's Christine Ishaq, and the photo is by Jason Balaba. And she says, "My biggest passion in life is music. It's what I love doing the most. It brings me energy, happiness, and satisfaction. I'm a local artist in the UAE and have released many songs over the past year. I'm also a university student majoring in HR, and that too is a passion of mine. Communication, interaction, and socialization are things that I love." That's Christine Ishaq.
And then next up, we also have Jason Dunka, and this photo is by engineer Wahid Ghaffar from KSA again. He shares that he joined the catwalk in Middle East modeling in 2019 and bagged the first runner-up title. He was also lucky to be included in Catwalk Philippines 2019. He says, experiences have opened doors for you. We meet new people who share the same passion as mine.
And then we have another beautiful photo by Jason Balaba. This time the model is Laila. She's from the UAE. And she says, "I work as a contract administrator in an engineering company. The most important thing in my life is my relationship with God. The next one is my family." I think that's a common thing with a lot of Filipinos, Alwi, right? I mean, faith.
We're very family-oriented, yeah.
Definitely.
And you know what I love about this batch? I'm seeing a lot of like engineers who are pursuing their craft and passion for photography. So, you know, like double talent, engineer by day, photographer.
I think creativity is part of our DNA, right?
Of course, yeah.
And then your next person here on the lineup is Beverly Sition, and the photo is from Norms Kunanan, who is one of our longtime collaborators from Saudi Arabia.
And then we also have Cherise Shan Akon, and the photo is by Richard and Lucas from the UAE. She says, in collaboration with the Department of Education, I spearheaded the launch of School Learning Resource Room in Bacolod City's Ped Center. So she says she likes helping people of disability and bring different sense of fulfillment to me. I think that it's important in my life. I also became an official member of the Down Syndrome International, and I volunteer work in the UAE.
There you go. It's beauty with a cause for Cherise, right? And then we have Maria Christine Cabral, and the photo is by Mary Noylin Maipa of the UAE. She says, "Discover and cultivate your talents through continuous learning. I believe that in order to see change in the world, we should start within ourselves."
And the next up is Roxanne Mandilia, a photo by Mark Anthony Agday from the UAE. She says, our entire existence is based on love. It's how we connect to each other, ourselves, our creator, and make sense of the world around us.
The feels on that one, right?
Kung marubdob yung mga hugot ng mga
and
she said.
like this. Let me repeat that again because I'm gonna take that saying also. Our entire existence is based on love, really, guys. So this is the right time to exemplify that kind of.
That's what we need right now.
Exactly. Next up, we have Abigail Kreischer, and the photo is by Jazzle K. Masacampo of the UAE. And she says, "I don't care about material things that someone could give me. I care about time, attention, loyalty, honesty, and effort. Those gifts mean more than what money can buy."
And the lower next entry, because this is by Christopher Daclan from the UAE. The model is Jelly Grace Valmore. I love the very island girl, the very Filipino look, and she and I would like to read here what she says. She said, my family has always been my source of inspiration to continuously pursue life to the fullest. They keep me grounded and having them in my life reminds me that I always have a home to come to, especially when I'm far away. So that's one thing about us Filipinos. We're very, even if we are separated by so many miles, kilometers, like we're so away from our family,
Yeah.
it's like it's still in our hearts. We always, that's why we love like video chatting with them,
Togetherness is
calling
so
them.
important, especially at the time right now, right?
Of course, yeah.
So kudos on that. Our next entry is young man Richard Mix Galapate, and the photo is by Daniel David Senal in the UAE. And he says, fall 7 times, stand up 8. Failure is one important thing in my life because one cannot succeed without learning from his failures.
Adult thing.
Right, definitely.
So our next up is Abigail Guabong by Jacqueline Hambala from Kuwait this time. And her quote is, family is the most important thing in my life. As we all... What is this? Family is the most important thing in my life to become successful so that I can support both of my loved ones.
Super. And then we have Aika Tafalia by Jarell Ariola, who's also a longtime supporter of Illustrado. Aika says, I am an influencer in Dubai. Previously, I've studied international relations and worked in hospitality for 5 years. Pursuing my real passion, though, I pivoted into personal training and became a qualified instructor and personal trainer with a level 3 diploma. I love that people are pursuing their passion, right? This is really the time to really go for whatever is your first love or whatever really is bliss to you.
And then next is Rachel Victoria by Norman Cunanan from KSA. She says, the most important thing in my life is my loved ones because they keep me happy and motivated.
We have another entry from Saudi Arabia. This time it's Benson Ramiro by engineer Wahid Jafar. Again, another veteran in all the photography projects that we have been doing through the years. He says, I am a simple man with a lot of dreams for my family. I value the lessons imparted by my parents and living and sharing my understandings along with my belief with the Word of God, to whom I offer all of my humble success.
Next up is Chin Chin Tagala by Gerard Mapalad here in the UAE. She says, it's my passion and my humble profession to bring and connect people to beautiful places around the world. Recently, I have parked my beautiful wings temporarily so I can selflessly embrace the divine blessing that God has given me, and that is what I consider to be the most essential role of my life, by being a mother. Well, she is a beautiful mom.
Yeah, there are a lot of beautiful people in our lineup this year. And the next one, very interesting person, Aladin Masayon by Buddy Gagliano in the UAE. He says, success is useless if you don't touch lives, if you don't share it with your loved ones, and if you forget those people who help you become the best version of yourself. Saying so, I'm also a proud member of the indigenous people of the Philippines from the Tagacaulo tribe of Malungon, Sarangani province. Wow. This is one of our 2 indigenous folks in the lineup this year, and I'm so excited to see people like this that we've never seen join our competition before. So there you go, folks. It's Aladin Masayon.
Next up is Desi Pandemayor by Michael Garcia from Oman. We have an entry also from Oman. And I would like to share the quote here and read it to you guys. It says, I am blessed to be the first ever Miss OFW Oman 2016. This has brought me a lot of opportunities. But what's more important for me now is realizing that work abroad is what you will have to create so that you can achieve the life you've been dreaming of. OFWs are extraordinary because we are the country's hope and heroes.
And our last person for the batch 1 entries is Carl David Cabrera, and the photo is by Carla Sanchez in the UAE. Carl says, I conduct seminars for OFWs in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I'm on a mission to spread financial literacy to Filipinos who seek financial freedom and knowledge in the Philippine equities. I dedicate my success and learnings from failures to my family back home as I power through my career and financial advocacy. Well, good on you, Carl, right? So it's not all about looking good, just like Zoolander, but it's also about having a cause and doing something good for the people. So there you go, folks. That's our batch 1. And now we go to batch 2 of our Faces 2020 lineup. Joining us now on our live stream. Al, do you want to do the honors of greeting them?
There's a lot, but I would try to say hi to you guys.
Yeah.
As a wonderful photographer also who helped us in our Illustrator theme 100. Patrick Caldito is watching. Jaja Rivera is also watching. Hello, I hope you guys are saying safe.
Fabulous folks.
Steve Tatao is watching. Junel Tago, and my Thai friend Boyd also had a chance to read that. So Ina Camille is watching. Jeff Anuk also joined. Joriel Ariola from Abu Dhabi is watching. Ronald has some comments about the portraits that we are showing today.
Be nice, Ronald Awa.
And of course, Valentino Monguerto has been is also watching. Hello, Val.
Let me also greet Dexter Delisa is there, Toffee Pineda, Nenita Vidal, John Ray Mapala, Andrew Paredes, Andronico, Ayman Lutfi from Cairo. Hi guys, Rian Miranda all the way from Riyadh. Of course, Hilarion is also there. Valerie Pua from Canada. Hey Canada, hey Winnipeg. And there's John Twitchin from the UK, Romeo Sugan of Ganton, and Chinchin Tagala, Jamie Rose. Hi, Jamie. Enrique Amzon is also watching. Efren Evidor, Jan May Pagurigan, Joseph Alcantara. Hello, Joseph. Nice to see you in our program. Ben Labig and Muhammad El Kafrawi. Muhammad, we miss you. Right, so we'll just announce our batch 2 entries. I'll be starting with Claudine Mondehan, and the photo was by Carmen Ramonida in the UAE. And Claudine says, the most important thing in my life is my family. Not seeing them for so long is the toughest aspect of living the expat life. But I always do my best on the things that I can control. I know that I'm brave. I know that I can live alone. And I know that I'm physically and mentally able. I travel, make friends, and don't dwell in loneliness. I know one day all of my sacrifices will be worthwhile. So whoever's feeling lonely right now, guys, say hi to us. And hopefully we'll give you reasons to smile. So please do share, right?
Our next entry is by Natalie M. Temporal from UAE. The model is Claudio Corrales. And he says, I'm a full-time chef and part-time commercial model. You should go confidently in the direction of your dreams, as life is about taking chances and risking everything. The moment you fight for it is the moment you tap your unexpected strength. Until then, you will understand the life-changing lessons and miracle in it.
Of course, we have Denise Omaro by John Paul Raposon, also known as Paul Mendoza of the UAE. She's a former Binibining Pilipinas candidate in 2019 who made it to the top 25 finalists. Well, congratulations, belated. And she says she recently became a model of Wilhelmina in Dubai and hoped to make a name for herself in the city of gold. Well, nice to see another Filipino professional model joining, the ranks of the multicultural fashion industry here.
Next up is a basketball enthusiast. His name is Alden Villados, and the photo is by Joey Soriano from KSA. He believes that we must not regret anything that we do because in the end it makes us who we are.
And we have Donna Magpok, and the photo is by Aurelio Cabig Jr. in the UAE. She says, my daughter and my family are the most important things in my life, as they give me strength and happiness to keep on moving forward, whatever struggles that may rise ahead.
Next up is a very unique name, and I love this. Her name is Donna Gift Halim, and the photo is by Julie Soriano from KSA. She says she is the reigning Binibining Turismo Filipinas KSA 2019. And she is dedicated and passionate person, giving the best of everything in all the things that she does. She also shares that I am strong-willed and determined to inspire all women that there are no impossibilities if you believe in yourself.
Well, our next entry is Diane Angela Hernandez by Daryl Hernandez. She says that she is a mother of two and actually not a model. She says she doesn't even do selfies that much, but she's just supporting her husband's passion in photography. So here she is, Diane Angela Hernandez.
I love this quote that was shared by the next entry. We have her name is Elaine Palidelio and the focus by Rich Morales from UAE. She says, even on your bad days, because the difference between a good and a bad day is just a matter of perspective.
I think let's repeat that again because a lot of people need to hear this out here right now, especially when there's a lot of fighting on politics and differences in opinion. Let's listen and learn from Elaine Palaleo. She says, even on your bad days, be kind. Even if you don't agree with people, be kind. Also, we really need kindness right now. So just keep on putting out goodness out there. And then our next entry is Eliza Mendoza, and the photo is by Javier Villarena of the UAE. I'm an artist and musician. Overall, I just want to give as much value as I can to my environment and to those around me. I want to make the world better, even if it's only for just one person. It means the world to me when I'm able to help others and see their own potential and grow into being their best selves. Very nice.
Next up is Anne-Marie Tancio Gaspar by Voltaire Lee Jr. here in the UAE. She says, I love fashion and that's why I love doing modeling as a part-time job, and I love biking as well. That's my love and our brand team. That's BRAD. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself.
Right. The next one is M. Serrano by Jonathan Samonte in the UAE. She says, as a lifestyle blogger, my mission is to empower Filipinos and organizations in the UAE by helping promote them through my vlogging. I believe that when you fail, you shouldn't be afraid to start again. Failures make us stronger and better. We should also think positive and be happy. Wow. I think M. Serrano, it's a great thing to have so many Filipino representation in the blogosphere, or in the whole influencer circle, because we really need good Filipinos to represent us out there in the community. And
yes, we need to make relevant and really, really good social media noise out there. And
definitely.
that's a good representation.
Let's promote a positive representation out there, guys.
Yeah.
So kudos to M. Serrano.
Next up is Camille Ansoriano by Patrick Dale Manaloto, based in the UAE. Good health is very important to me. Without it, you can't live the life you want. So make sure that you take care of your body and mind. Having a group of people you can call family is also a great blessing.
Next one is Fierce Beauty Albi Sayon, and the photo is by Carlito Rodrigo, UAE. We are all God's masterpiece. Knowing your true purpose is such a tough job, not everyone can easily figure it out. However, for me, it is important to be part of someone's purpose while pursuing your own, helping others along the way. In this life, what we do for others and the world remains and is immortal. So make sure you leave good memories.
And another one, it is Emily Lorraine Davis or Davis by Carl Rodrigo. She says, I know exactly how it feels to be homesick, so I'm happy to entertain people, especially OFWs, through my Facebook page, Inday ng Dubai. Okay,
Inday ng Dubai.
I thought it's in the high. Inday ng Dubai. For me, what's important is that I'm able to provide for my family and hope someday we will never be apart.
Then we have Fred Mariel Angelo Adan by Jorge Eric Hadrake in the UAE. And she says, I love modeling, dancing, singing, writing, composing songs, and playing instruments such as the keyboard, guitar, ukulele, violins, drums, and beatbox. Wow, she's very multi-talented. She says, I dream to be a professional international model and to be a good singer someday. My family and friends and my love and faith in God are what's most important to me.
Next up is a civil engineer working in an engineering consultancy firm in Abu Dhabi. Her name is Gabrielle Joyce, and the photo is by Alfred Jerkalis. She says, I believe in making your heart the most beautiful thing about you. So it's not just external beauty, it's also inner beauty. Right there.
Then we have Bridget de Gilmo by Carlito Rodrigo in the UAE. To all the young ladies, aspire to embrace beauty in a simple way and share your passion with others around you. Keep your head up and keep your heart strong.
Next up is Glea Hope Clave by Jefferson Roy Tirado. She says, I am simple, delicate, loving, and I am a dreamer. I have a lot of love for art and for my country, and through it, I want to inspire others as well. Apart from family, my faith, my dreams, and goals are some of the most valuable things in my life.
Then we have Gypsy Queen Ale by Ralph Terrence Hernane in the UAE. I'm a simple young adult living a simple yet fruitful life. As the eldest, I have big dreams for my family, especially my two younger brothers. They're the most important people in my life. I'm hoping I get a chance to work on a cruise ship someday and be the best person that I can be.
The next one, I can't believe she's 32 years old. I mean, maybe it's true that Asians don't raise it. Jacqueline doing a very good job. The photo is by Aurelio Cabig Jr. And she says, I love doing makeup. Seeing the faces after my over creation pushes me to keep on doing it with my passion. My family is the most important thing in my life, and they are my inspiration to keep on fulfilling my dreams.
Super. So Jacqueline Lufamia there. Before we go to our batch 3 entries, we would like to acknowledge and thank the photographers who made this project possible. Let's show our first batch of photographers for Illustrated Faces 2020. So we'd like to acknowledge our first batch of photographers. First of all, Alex Kaluweng in the UAE, Alfred Jerkalis in the UAE also, Alfredo Bascones Jr., Saudi Arabia, Anatoly M. Temporal, UAE, Anirban Bhattacharya in Oman. Thank you for joining us. Armando Barangay Simpliciano in Saudi Arabia, Aurelio Cabig Jr. in the UAE, Buddy Gadiano, Carla Sanchez, Carlito Rodriguez, and Carmen S. Ramonida from the UAE.
We also have Christopher Nakwan from the UAE, Daryl Hernandez from KSA, Daniel David Sanal in the UAE, Dyson Bermudez, Edgar Aguilar, Edgar Beltran, also from the UAE, Efraim Evidor, Eugene Nuevares from the UAE, Fanny Haber, Gerard Mapala, Cesar Jaime Ortega, Gayer Castro, and Greg Manso from Oman.
Thank you so much, dear photographers. You guys are so talented. We encourage you to keep doing what you're doing and, keep perfecting your craft. And I think a lot of you are already working as professional photographers. And, if this is part of your dream, then just go for it, right? Pursue it. Thank you very much for sharing your work with us.
Also, those photographers can be models as well. I don't know why they didn't send their personal portraits to this list.
Why not coconut, as they say, right? And anyway, we'll go back to our Illustrated Faces entries, and this is batch 3. entries now, starting with Celine Escudero by Abigail in the UAE. She works for ITP Media Group as marketing and events executive.
And next up is Janice Erica by Lester Christian Mendez, based in the UAE. And she is a registered nurse. She says cultivating the ability to help people be happy and to relieve them from their suffering is most important for me. My number one inspiration for doing this is my family because they are the ones who taught me how to love and be compassionate. All of us want happiness in our lives. We just need to work on it by giving love and kindness.
Her work is so important right now. We're realizing how frontliners are so important to our lives. And, if we have frontliners within our circle of friends and families, let's support them, guys. Right? And then continuing on, we have Chini Vargas by Armando Barangay Simpliciano of Saudi Arabia. I'm a registered nurse, another nurse currently working here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I am shy yet brave. I am a simple girl who is full of dreams.
Next up is Bonnie Jen Santos by Patrick Dale Manaloto from the UAE, and she says, as a student, I believe that knowledge is power, and it's vital for us to value studies where we gain knowledge to which we can make ourselves a better individual who can make a positive impact on others.
Then we have Janice Olacao, and the photo is by Joey Lardizabal of Kuwait. She says, what's important in my life is my family and myself, to be able to live longer and to have the happiness that I deserve.
And Joey Lardizabal is from Kuwait, right?
They're both from Kuwait.
And next up is Jack Castillo by Roger Tino, this time in Saudi Arabia. He says, I work hard away from my family because I have a young daughter who depends on me. She is my inspiration and the most important person in my life.
And then we have Jacqueline Hambala, and the photo is by Carmen Ramonida in the UAE. She says, I love spending time outdoors and with friends. I like using my problem-solving skills and learning by seeing things through someone else's eyes. Family is the most important thing in the world for me. They're the most crucial factor for happiness, and in combination with your calling, tend to give you your reason to live. Lastly, I always put God in the center of my life.
Next up is from Abu Dhabi. He is also an influencer. His name is Jason James Morales, and the photo is by Michael Nasser Gregorio. He says, I'm a fashion and lifestyle digital content creator based in Abu Dhabi. The most important thing in my life right now is my family and to inspire young generations to be confident about themselves. Looking forward to your Instagram stories and greet us with your Australian accent.
Yeah, keep on going, guys. We really need your positive representation out there. Our next entry is Jaisal Bueno, and the photo is by RJ Kabigting in the UAE. She says, my happiness is to help people. I always try to offer and suggest a solution to their problems. My aim in life is to serve people without asking or expecting anything in return. I love traveling, watching movies, and I enjoy good conversations with people I care about.
Next up is another very interesting portrait, this time by Alfred Jurkalis from UAE. His model is Jacqueline Hambala. And she says, rather than striving for perfection, what is important in my life is continued development.
Super. We have Jenny Ann De La Cruz by Marjorie Palangan in the UAE. I am a principled woman and I am never afraid to stand for what I know is right. Funny and bubbly at times, I'm determined, authentic, kind, and simple, with an empathic heart that listens.
Talented, motivated, and God-fearing. That's Jenny R. Domingo, and the voice by Voltaire Jr. from the UAE. She says, I am always striving to achieve my goals and dreams for my family. Living in faith with God is the most important value in my life. He is my source of strength and the reason why I made this part.
And then we have another beauty here, Jerlyn Antolin by Leo Alcantara in the UAE, and April Martinez by Aurelio Cabig Jr. in the UAE. April says, the most important things in my life are my family, health, and my calling, which is contributing greatness and love to the world. My calling gives my life purpose and fills me with a sense of vitality that makes everything easier and more enjoyable.
And next up is Jonah Jaira Padilla by Patrick Dale Manaloto from the UAE. This is Thomas, so bear with me, guys. Growing up, I have realized that the most important thing for me is time. time to worship and give thanks to God, time for family and friends, and time to help myself enjoy and grow as an individual. We cannot undo time. That's why it is very precious. We only live once, so let us make the most out of what we have.
And then we have Joanna Marie Laroa by Valeriano Gasik in the UAE. Joanna says, I believe actions speak louder than words. And while I may not be a person who says a lot, I'm still unapologetically myself. And I'm happiest when I'm my true self.
I love the short ones, but it has a lot of deep meaning out there. Like this one by Joan Rico, and the photo is by Gerard Mapara. She says, I'm wired to love, I live for a purpose and for the fullest.
It's simple, but it's so meaningful, right? Of course, we have John Robin Zarate by RJ Kabiting in the UAE. He says, happiness is the most important thing in life. Living a happy life brings us to discover that it is wonderful and full of joy.
Next one is Jonlyn Bulan by Michael Maikilio from Oman. She says, as a Pinay, I value and approach life with a positive mindset and commitment to hard work. The most important thing in my life today is to be inspired and to inspire, to become more productive and take every opportunity that comes my way. Ooh, that is very long.
Super. And
But I love it.
Yeah, our last entry for batch 3 is Jorge Pedroso, and the photo is by Joey Lardizabal of Kuwait. He says, as a father of 3, the most important thing to me is my family and being able to sacrifice to give a better future to my kids. And there you have it, folks, our batch 3. And right now, we would just want to take a little while to do some shameless self-plugging. So we'd like to play a video. Watch this. So guys, if you haven't received your copy yet of Illustrator 300, the Legacy Edition with our 300 most influential Filipinos in the Gulf, please, you can still order this. We're going to put the link in the post. And I think it's great to read about the success of other people because it's really, really inspirational. Right, Ali?
Yes, and speaking of reading, I'm going to be reading some of the greetings and saying hello to all of you who are watching. Junimar Geka just joined. Hi, JM Geka. Tita Aggie Agnes Marilyn is watching. Ronald Alo, of course. Mary Macbeth. John May Pagwigiran. And we also have Romeo Ganton. Ann Diagas, one of our favorite models out there, is also watching.
I thought perfect and kanina sa butcher. No more butcher.
No more butchering of names. I thought so too, but the names are so hard to pronounce.
More greetings?
Yes, there's quite a lot of comments here, but hello to Chad Britannia, Nanita Vidal, Helen Semino, Cheryl Agbing. Danelle is also watching, and Florian Berosin too. So, hello, thank you for joining us, guys.
I mean, Leslie and Fieston all the way from Riyadh is also watching. Hi again to Agus Pedrosa, Marilyn. Hey, Aggie, we miss you. Ana Liagas, and I'd like to say hi to the fabulous Bezad Sandilia. Thank you always for supporting us and watching our show. And now we're going to go to batch 4 of Faces. read out the mottos and whatever the batch 4 faces entries have shared with us. Please do share who your favorites are, and we'll compare notes, because later on we're going to be announcing our top 12, not only for People's Choice, but for Illustrators Choice.
We want to know who you're rooting for, so let us know in the comments section.
Exactly. And yes, please do let us know also on what you think is Filipina beauty, or Filipino beauty in general. What is it? Define it for us, right? And so we'll go to our batch 4 entries. First of all, we have Joyce Mariel Gubao by Carla Sanchez in the UAE. Alongside valuing togetherness and family, as a passionate teacher, I'm on a mission to inspire and motivate the next generations of Pinoys living overseas.
Next up is Jubilant Novella by Abigail Kreischer in the UAE. She says, I'm a simple girl to live. All I really need is to travel, good food, and family, especially. The most important thing in my life is my family and those who have always believed in my strength, and because of them, I am outside.
Paano ba yan, Alwi? I'm not a simple girl. I think we have some disruption right now. Yes? And our next entry is Alma Beronco by Anirban Bhattacharya in Oman. And Alma says, through everything I do, I try to highlight the beauty and charm of the Filipino woman and use it to encourage others to be the best version of themselves. By motivating ourselves, we can inspire anyone and create a huge impact.
Next up is Karen Kanda by Joma Pagadas, who is based in the UAE. She says, I belong to one of the seven tribes of Bukidnon. The Lumad girl in me is happy that she gets to explore the world now, and one day, when I've seen enough of it, I wish to come back to my hometown with my mom and finally say that we have won at life. This is a very, very beautiful message from another indigenous tribe in the
I love that
Philippines.
we're seeing people which we've never seen before, in the projects that we have. So kudos to Karen Kanda from the Lumad tribe in Bukidnon. Right, guys, in case you are seeing some disruption on our live streaming right now, just bear with us and everything's going to be okay. Hopefully the broadcast or the live stream is not going to be cut, but do bear with us. And now we have Joyce de la Cruz by Gerard Lopala, and she says, aside from my passion for vlogging and marketing entrepreneurship, the importance of my life lies in my children and raising them to be the best individuals that they can be. Alwi, you have the next person?
Yeah, the line is it's cracking up a bit.
I hope we're going to be okay, but let me read this one person now. Carla Bison by Jair Castro in the UAE, and she says, I always enjoy traveling and being able to learn about different cultures by meeting people. I could not live life without fashion, sports, and food.
Very nice. Next one is by Carla Galang. The photo is by Dyson Bertudes in the UAE. She says, beside from being passionate about makeup and doing makeup vlogs, another makeup vlogger. I love to travel and explore the world with my husband. What is important in my life are my family and my husband. I have always looked up to my parents and my brother. My husband as well as the greatest blessing that I have received in my life. They are very supportive of me and have always encouraged me to be my best self.
Our next entry is Katrina Antonio by Michael Mike Tino in Oman. She says, staying true to our Filipino values of commitment, enthusiasm, determination, and being a hard worker, I put my best in everything I do. I take every challenge as a learning opportunity to be resilient.
And we also have Katrina Ebeo by Justin Leander Talatala by in the UAE, and Katrina Felix Bertoladia by Jazel K. Masacampo in the UAE. And she says, I'm a happy-go-lucky person who loves creative expression and exploring the world. I can see that the most important thing in my life is my family. They are my treasure, my life, and the reason for my existence.
Next, we have Kimberly May Hernandez by Daniel David Senal of the UAE. And she is a current student at the Canadian University. She says, dancing and modeling has always been my passion, and the most important thing for me right now is to do well in my studies and make my mother proud.
And next up is Larilan Zabata by Anatoli M. Temporal in UAE. She says, I am passionate about investing and entrepreneurship. Good health is important in life, and a group of people that we can call family are some of the great blessings I have received in life. I love how like the format of how these Filipinos are answering are always related to their family.
Exactly. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's really within the Filipino DNA. Not only to be spiritual, but to be so close to our families and so concerned about their welfare. And continuing on, we have Alexandria de la Sema by Russell Kabanting in the UAE. What's important to me is enjoying life and looking for my purpose while still being grateful for the blessings and trials I have received and will receive. Life is often a struggle, but I am learning to be more content with what I have while striving and going beyond my limits at the same time.
Our next model is looking very light and bubbly, all smiles. Her name is Lexi Colleen Society and Larry Avila. And she says collaborating with photographers as a model is genuinely one of my favorite things to do. But what is important in my life is my family. They're the greatest and most precious gift from our God above. They are the reason why I keep pushing myself to reach my goals and dreams in life.
Our next entry is Lizelle Espinosa by Anirban Bhattacharya in Oman. And she says, beauty to me is having a pure heart of gold and being resilient. As an overseas Filipino working in Oman for more than 3 years with a local family, I do not compromise my dream and passion with what I have envisioned in my life. The challenges are my motivation and inspirations.
And next up is a very fierce Pinay beauty, Maria Cristina Carbonay, and also Arnel Kirante by Aniran Bhattacharya in Oman. And she says, I value kindness, self-respect, and having a high moral standard and principles in building relationships with people. Being the eldest, the most important thing in my life is family. They are my charm in life, and I will always make them proud of what I will accomplish here abroad.
And then we have a fierce Filipino male entry, Mark Paul Tobia, and the photo is by Armando Barangay Simpliciano in the UAE. Then we have Marcia Nicole Bautista by John Wayne Pumaras, again in the UAE. She says, I love involving myself in activities such as photo shoots, modeling, attending events, joining pageants, and giving back to the community. I believe that having the time to do what you love while helping other people and putting smiles on their faces is what makes life important. Being genuine, happy, optimistic, and always being a blessing to others.
And another fierce one this time is Marie Angeli Magbano by Julie Soriano. She's being a woman with concrete goals, hustling to attain them, and sticking to your core values in life makes you unstoppable.
And that was our batch for entries, and now we give way to say thank you to our photographers who are part of this project. So we would like to thank photographers Greg Stephen Raboy in the UAE, Jason Balaba, Javier Llarena in the UAE, Jayesh Babla in Oman, Jefferson Roy Curado, UAE, John Wayne Pumares, UAE, and Joel Santiago in the UAE.
We also have Joy Larkin Zabal from Kuwait, Joey Soriano from KSA, Doma Corrales from the Philippines, Jonathan Samonte in the UAE, Jonathan Penunia in the UAE, John Paul Raposon in aka Paul Mendoza in the UAE, Gerald Ariola, Jorge Eric Jadbraque, both from the UAE, Justin Yanderta Talatala in the UAE, Kimberly Torres in the UAE, Namuel Lampa from Qatar.
And then we have Leo Reyes Alcantara in the UAE, Lester Christian Mendez, again UAE, Marjorie Palaman, Mark Anthony Antay, and Mary Noylin Maipa in the UAE, and Engineer Marlon Berlongan of Saudi Arabia. Once again, thank you guys. Thank you for your good work and keep on, honing your craft and keep showing your great works and sharing it with us. And now I think, Ali, before we go to our batch 5, let's have some greetings.
Yes, since we were talking about our photographers, Tyrex on Mix says, very nice photographers. Romel Pilapil Serio, Dr. Mel is also watching. Keith Walker is still with us. Saying, go Jeriel and James Abalo Morales, rooting for you guys.
We also have Claire Peralta, Violi de la Cruz. We have Dai Jacanda, Jers, ZMG, Firewax on Mix, all the way from Hong Kong. I hope you're safe and healthy out there. And of course, Doc Romel Pilapil Sergio from the Canadian University. I hope you all guys are doing well. And please do share, if you have any favorites in our lineup today, and what is your definition of Filipino beauty. And now we're going to go to our batch 5 of our Illustrated Faces entry for 2020. First up on our batch 5 lineup, we have Maria Eden Alagao, and the photography is by Greg Photography in Oman. She says, I'm proud to say that I have the pure Pinoy charm with body, beauty, and brain. Yes, girl. Loving yourself is important in figuring out what you want to be and how you want to live life. We need to always have that room for learning and developing ourselves to fulfill the goals that we have, and that starts with embracing oneself fully. Are you embracing yourself fully, Alwi?
Always, every day.
I wanted to say earlier, I'm not a simple girl. I'm a very complicated girl, so that's me embracing myself too.
Next up is Maria Isabel Del Rio by Von Lawrence Lorena. She says, working in the realm of hospitality in disguise, I explored the inner journalist, writer, and artist in me while all up in the air. I'm grateful to have family and friends that are all anchored with mission, vision, and purpose to advance God's kingdom through our talents and abilities.
And then we have Maria Rubiano by Leo Reyes Alcantara in the UAE. And she says, alongside my day job, my first love and passion has always been makeup. Everything I do, however, is for my family.
I love the look of our next one. Her name is Marie Bansal Petran, and the photo is by Gaisel Hanu Ortega in the UAE. She says, I am a kind-hearted, self-driven, career-oriented person who is passionate about work and learning continuously as an inspiring nurse. Another hero during this time. I enjoy traveling, exploring the world, and being an adventurous food taster. Love, laughter, and health, and happiness are key in embracing and enjoying what life has to offer.
And then from the UAE, we have Mary Rose Ann Morales by Rochelle Ann Monagtay. She says, I can say that I love my job and as a caregiver because this is my passion, giving my greatest care to patients. But besides this, I'm also a traveler. I love seeing the world from a different perspective. It It is also my way to have adventures, to be anonymous, to meet new people, to experience different cultures, to know myself better, and most especially to challenge myself.
Next up is a very cute all smiles beauty. Her name is Mary Chris France, and the photo is by Lester Christian Mendez from UAE. She says the most significant thing in my life is family, because family means having people that you love unconditionally in spite of you and your shortcomings. Family isn't just important; it's the most important, and they are my inspiration in everything that I do. Life without them is nothing.
Indeed. And then we have Meshila Merle Idelfonso by Roland Cruz, who's from the UAE. And she says, the vital thing in my life is serving the Lord and His church faithfully, and to hate what He hates and to love what He loves.
And here's another photo by the talented photographer Joel Ariola, based in Abu Dhabi. The model this time is Michael Nasser Gregorio. He is also a nurse abroad, and he says that the road to success were crippled with homesickness and cultural diversity as barriers during a job start. In the end, I realized that it takes hard work, sacrifices, and motivations to get me to my dreams. There is no shortcut to success, and above all, to always believe in yourself, because we can only rise if we trust our core values and instincts.
Indeed. And then we have Michelle Mabanta by Greg Photography in Oman. She says, I believe that if you start working for your dreams and vision, then life will guide you to the right people and opportunities that will make it happen. No one can motivate you except yourself. Keep believing and love what you're doing, no matter what your status is in life.
Another really good Filipino beauty is Mirta Jenny Usman by Greg Photography, also in Oman. She shares, believing in her capabilities and striving for continued growth is the most important thing in life. We have such innate potential to make an impact as overseas Filipinos.
And our next entry is Naini Yasin by Lemuel Lampa of Qatar. And she says, to be kind is a lot harder than to be evil. The kinder you are, the rarer you become. I love that today is like a celebration of affirmations, Alvi, that we're not just sharing physical beauty or good photography, but we're also sharing kindness and goodness out there. So I hope you guys are getting the full impact of this, because I'm enjoying reading all these good wishes and good thoughts from our entries, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next one is Patrick Jason Arban by Engineer Fahid Jafar. This one is from Saudi Arabia. He says, I consider myself a free-spirited person. I enjoy creating and expressing creativity. I love exploring new things, even if challenges are faced along the way. There are a lot of important things in my life, but the top of my list is my faith, family, and friends. I won't be here right now if it wasn't for them.
Then we have Phoebe Fuentes by Daniel David Senal of the UAE. And she says, I love singing or jamming with my family and friends. The most important thing in my life is to become the best version of myself in everything that I do, proving those people wrong who don't believe in my capability.
Next up is Princess Keith Soriano by Eugene Lopez in the UAE, and Queen Arabia by Roland Sompius in the UAE. And Quinn shares, I enjoy moments of serenity, savoring it through prayers, writing thoughts, sketching, binge watching Netflix, of course you all do, or having a book under my nose. I adore the great outdoors as well as the beauty of architecture and design.
And we have Quincy Olvido by Kimberly Torres in the UAE. She says, I've learned that if I want to have it all, I have to risk it all. It is also important to learn and realize that the highest form of leadership is through acts of service. By that, we can encourage and help everyone achieve their goals in life. Wow, very nice lesson to learn there.
Next up is Jen's Cruise by Norman Conanan in the KSA, and Rizal Pimentel by Engineer Marlon Borolon, also in KSA. And we have Lydia Sanchez by Manuel Sanchez in the UAE this time. And she says, I'm a personal trainer who has helped numerous clients achieve their fitness goals and live a healthier life. I need the help in my fitness goals. She adds that she's also a simple lady who enjoys life to the fullest and loves spending time with her family.
Another simple lady, I feel hurt. Okay, right. Next one is Rodeline Biray by Joel Santiago in the UAE, and she says, the most important thing in life for me is being happy and successful, because if you are successful, it'll also be a success to your family, and it'll make them happy too.
And next up is Renelli Silvan by Lester Christian Mendez here in the UAE. And also Rosemary Tumangil by engineer Marion Boloron in KSA. Rosemary says, I see modeling as one of my passions. Seeing myself as a medium for the creation of art makes me proud of myself. I see beauty in art in every detail. I see stories and emotions. Working with professional photographers makes it possible.
Right. Okay. And then we have
Rona Briones from Jayesh Babla, based in Oman. And the quote that she shared is, through life, my focus concerns educating myself, growing and self-empowerment. I believe that our charm as Filipinos stands out among others because of our faith, the Almighty God that gives us extraordinary confidence. Being resilient in nature is another quality admired by most regarding how Filipinos face challenges in life.
And then we have Michelle Danica Cruzat by Edgar Beltran in the UAE. She says, I believe I'm a strong person. I never let the world distract me from making my own choices. I follow my heart and listen to my inner voice.
And another interesting face here, we have Selena Cassandra Macaraeg by Peter John Maghari in the UAE. He says, the love for my family, especially for my only daughter, is my first priority in life. That and time. While time is free, it is priceless and can be spent wisely or unwisely. So I treat time as a precious resource.
Right. And then we have Sarah Salenga by Jer Castro in the UAE. And we have Shuaib Mahmoud by Machel Albior in the UAE. He says, success lies in hard work, patience, determination, and trust in God. The important factors in my life are to achieve my goals and dreams of finishing my studies and being an automotive engineer. That is what my family taught me.
And next up is Steffi Laron by Alfredo Bastos Jr. in Saudi. And I love her photo very much. And she says, people say that I'm quite an unpredictable kind, random and spontaneous with either my mood or my style choices. I guess that's the ambivert in me, or maybe I'm just a little bit of everything. Why not? Be a bit of everything.
And then we have Suzanne Resurrección by Patrick Jason Jorge in the UAE. I love movies of all sorts. I love good storytelling. It gives you a glimpse of the in-between of real life and fantasy. The most important thing in my life for me is finding, knowing, and placing true value in myself.
And then another photo by Journal Ariola. This time it's Jamie Toledo. And he says, being happy is one of the most important things in my life, as being happy has a domino effect, and it all begins with you as an individual.
Then we have John Eric Bonifacio by Alex Kaluwing in the UAE. And this young man says, I love playing basketball and working out in the gym to keep my mind, body, and soul healthy. The most important things in my life are my family, friends, and my dreams, because they are what gives me strength to strive and to work hard every day so that I can reach where I ultimately want to be in life. And I think before we go ahead, we would like to thank our third batch of photographers. We're having a problem playing the video right now, Ali, so at least we would like to acknowledge our photographers. Please bear in mind, guys, we will be publishing the profiles and the URLs of the portfolios of the photographers in this project, so everybody benefits from their exposure. For Faces 2020, we would like to acknowledge the batch 3 photographers, Machel Albior in the UAE, Michael Nico Garcia in Oman, Michael Mike Tino, also in Oman, Michael Nasser Gregorio in the UAE, Norman Konanan in Saudi Arabia, Patrick Del Manloto in the UAE, Alwi.
And then we also have Patrick Jason Horta in the UAE, Peter John Maghari from the UAE as well, RJ Kabiting from the UAE, Ralph Terence Herrane from the UAE, Rani Malazab, and then Mel Sanchez, Rich Morales, Richard Ann Monantay, they're all from the UAE, and then we have Robert Reyes and Regine Quino from KSA.
Roger Quino in the KSA. We have Rolandson Cruz. Rolandson. It's Rolandson Cruz, right? Rolandson Cruz in the UAE. Russell Cabanting in the UAE. Subish Medama in Oman. Valeriano Gasic in the UAE. Volter Yi Jr. in the UAE. And Von Lawrence Lorena in the UAE. Wahid Jafar in Saudi Arabia. Right, so again, guys, thank you very much. I don't know if we're going to be...
Thank you guys, very, very talented photographers.
Very, very good work, and thank you so much for sharing your work with us. I don't know if we're going to be able to play that video, while we're still doing the live stream, but we will try in a little while. But before we get there, we would like to promote, and before we announce the winners, we would like to promote one of the series that we're doing right now in Illustrato. It's called This Week. And it's all about updates from our friends from around the world, from our global neighborhood. So if you would like to join, please watch this.
Washing your hands is the best way to care. We are united in one single cause. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Dove with Quarter Moisturizing Cream washes away bacteria. Wash to care with Dove.
So it would seem that we're having some problems with our video again, Ali. But anyway, don't fret, guys. If you've seen this week, it's an update from different people from around the globe, from our friends. If you would like to join the team and share with us what's happening in your side of the global barrio, please just message us and drop
anything, right? We can talk about anything.
Yeah, anything actually. Just show us, as long as it's general patronage, okay? As long as it's not offensive, guys, okay? No politics or anything like that. So please do share our this week team.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, so sorry to say that we have not been able to flash through photos. We would just like to show you 2 other entrants, and please forgive us. This is our first stay-at-home episode, so it's a little bit messy still. But we would like to acknowledge Amy Calabok, whose photograph was taken by Joma Corrales, as well as Rizal Pimentel, whose photograph was taken by engineer Marlon Borolon. And those are our entries, guys. So we received over 500 entries this time, and if I remember correctly, we have about 112 entrants this year, or shortlisted entries. And now, are you ready for People's Choice? Albie, do you have a favorite?
I wouldn't be.
You're hesitant?
No, I mean, like, everyone's just like. I mean, as you said in the beginning of the show, like the beauty here in this list is just so diverse and it's so hard to choose, right?
Exactly. I mean, everybody is beautiful and the photographs are.
The people have spoken. We've seen the votes and the likes and all the comments.
Not only through Facebook, we also did voting on our website.
On our website, yes.
.com. And these are the top 12 People's Choices when we tabulated all the scores. So we have Marie Wenzel, in no particular order, we have Marie Wenzel Petron by Gesil Hani Ortega. We have John Robin Zarate by RJ Cabinting. We have Chin Chin Tagala by Gerald Mapalad. Claudio Corrales by Anatoly Temporal. We have Aladin Masayon by Buddy Gadiano. We have Maria Katrina Cobornay by Armando Barangay Simpliciano. And
you also have Maria Christine Cabral by Mary Niolene Maipa.
Mm-hmm.
We have Zarina Cassandra Macaraeg by Peter John Maghari. And the very hard name to pronounce, Beximir Angelo by engineer Marlon Boloron.
You got it, Beximir.
Right? I got it right?
You got it right.
Oh my god.
Beximir.
I'm so good. Okay, and then we have Claudine Mondejan by Carmen Ramonida, and Janihan Guro by Alfred Jercalis, and of course, last but not the least, Joyce Maria Lubao by Carla Sanchez.
So those were our top 12 People's Choices. Now, do you want to know who's Illustrators Choice? At least the top 12? Yes? Any drum roll?
Drum roll, guys.
Drum rolling on our own. Okay, the top 12 Illustrators Choice in no particular order. Let's read them out. It's Marie Wenzel Petron by Gesil Hani Ortega, Alexandria de la Sema by Russell Cabanting in the UAE, Richelle Lipura by Norman Kunana in Saudi Arabia, Maria Christine Cabral by Mary Noylin Maipa in the UAE, Cherise Sean Akot by Richard Enriquez in the UAE, Beverly Sition by Norman Kunanan in Saudi Arabia.
And then we also have Beximir Angelo. I'm so proud when I say this.
Your favorite name.
I'm not butchering her name anymore. Again, Beximir Angelo by engineer Marlon Boloran from the KSA. Jason Dunca by engineer Wahid Jafar from Saudi as well. Armani Hamisi Naim by Alfredo Bascones Jr., also in the KSA. Karen Kanda by Joma Corrales in the UAE. Laila Jamira by Jason Balaba in the UAE. And of course, Christine Ishaq by Jason Balaba, also in the UAE.
In the UAE. And just to remind everybody again, we will be awarding, of course, Illustrators Choice Model and Photographer. Both of them are going to get jewelry from Liali Jewelry. They will also get Dove Unilever prizes. and Kaya Skin Glow Facial Therapy for both the model and a voucher for the photographer as well, including for the model 1 month's worth of chocolates with a Coca-Cola chocolate therapy. I wonder what this chocolate therapy is, right? And then we're giving away People's Choice for model and photographer. Again, jewelry from Leali, vouchers from Kaya. We have gifts from Dove Unilever. And then we have Kaya Skin Clinic Choice, the model and the photographer, with their skin facial growth facial therapies. We have 2 faces of Dove, that is for the model and the photographer. We have 1 prize from Radisson Dubai Dairy Creek, a staycation for the model. And then we have, for the photographer, and for the model, we have a Strawberry Salon's Choice Salon Makeover Package. Ready now, Albie? Are we ready to announce the winners?
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
Am I ready?
All right, let's announce the winners. Okay, guys, I hope you have your favorites. And
Because you guys have been waiting for this, now we're gonna get to it.
yeah, they've been waiting for this for months, actually. In fact, let me just clarify something. The winners are not only our choices. Our sponsors have also helped us, choose all these deserving winners. The first winner is for Strawberry Salon's Choice. Dun, 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 dun. Maria Christine Cabral, and the photo is by Mary Noylin Maipa. Yay! Woo-hoo. Now,
And next up, we have the Radisson Blue Hotel Dubai Dairy Creek Choice. Photographer is Norman Cunana from the KSA, and the model is Rachel Vipura.
yay! Yeah, that's the reason for Norman Cunanan to visit the UAE once everything is okay. Yeah? And then we have, for the face of Dove, and of course the prize is for the model and the photographer, the face of Dove as chosen by Dove Unilever is Kristen Ishaq, and the photograph is from Jason Balaba of the UAE. Yay! Yay!
Yes, may studio audience po tayong pumapalakpak ngayong afternoon. And next up is Kaya Skin Clinic Choice for model and photographer. Steffi Laron by Alfredo Bascones Jr.
Wow! Super! For People's Choice, we have a prize for the model and photographer, and the winning entry is John Robin Zarate by RJ Kabigding.
I love it. Ang taas-taas ng energy natin.
Super! And the last and main prize is Illustrators Choice, model and photographer. The winning entry is Charisse Sean Accord by Richard Enriquez. What a beautiful photograph. Congratulations to everybody, and thank you once again for joining us in this project. And everybody's a winner here. Nobody has lost because all these people are beautiful, and all the work from photographers are really good. So keep on doing what you're doing and keep on throwing good vibes out there.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, for sharing your talents with us. We've enjoyed looking at the beautiful photographs that you've sent. So I guess we'll see you guys next year.
We'll see faces next year, but we're going to be doing more of these lives, Alwie, right? Promise?
Yeah.
In the meantime, you guys stay home, stay safe, and always keep healthy and keep the positivity flowing. No
And wash your hands.
In the world right now. And as always, taas na o Filipino. And this was Illustrated Go Live. Thank you, guys. Bye.